Well, it's October the 18th, 2022, 3:32 in the evening, headed home. Had a pretty good day. Of course, it's my birthday, and had a lot of people texting. Lori came by at lunch, that kind of thing. We got to learn what to appreciate. It's become a lot easier for people to wish you happy birthday, because if you're on Facebook, people can go down through there and send you little things and this and that, and it makes it to where you can it's actually a day in the year, or actually it's 2 days, because if you do their birthday and your birthday, it gives you a day to connect with everybody that you don't normally connect with each and every day, wishing them happy birthday. And you can go through there and hit like on every one of them. I try to do that. It's hard to if you get posted on more than one page, you get posted on one or two pages, it's kind of hard to get everybody covered. But you just do what you can. Like I said, I've had a good day. Not too strenuous. I hired a guy this morning. He quit at 10's up, walked out. So, that's always bad, but it's no surprise anymore. I don't understand people these days. Anyway, all we do is hire them and hope for the best. Don't really want to talk about work. I want to talk about things that matter, and how so many times we let things that don't really matter just worry us to death. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed how so many times something that should not matter to you at all is the thing that just engulfs you in thought? So easy to do that. We get so diverted, so turned away from so many things because we have a perception or an image of something that doesn't even exist. We can have thoughts about stuff that hasn't even happened and worry about it because it could happen. Isn't that kind of crazy? Of all the things to worry about in the world, real things and we shouldn't worry, we should pray. But the things that we worry about, there's no sense in worrying. You don't accomplish anything. You just pass by time, because worrying does nothing. Prayer can do anything. There is some things that gets in your mind, that goes through your mind, that you have no control over. And that's when you gotta whoop out the big guns. That's when you've got to try to take control. That's when you got to try to take control and try to get a hold of things and try to show these thoughts that are coming to your head, try to show them that they're not going to take you over. They're not going to ruin your day. They're not going to put you in depression. I have bouts, temporary bouts with depression myself, because I'm so easily somebody can say some terrible things and it not bother me, but there can be one little thing said and it just blow me out of the water. It's very odd that it can happen that way. And most of the time, it's because it's the person that says it. You know, if somebody means a lot to you and you think a lot of somebody, and all it will take from them is one little thing negative, and it can just kind of throw you off. It can make you depressed. Suddenly realize that somebody hadn't texted you on your birthday. You suddenly realize that, and I say somebody, I mean a certain person. You suddenly realize that you hadn't heard from a certain person, that you thought you would, but you didn't. You suddenly realize that you're way farther down the totem pole with somebody than you ever thought you were. You realize that somebody else in the past was way higher on the totem pole than you've ever been. That's times you get blown out of the water. I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced that out there or not, but it happens. And you can easily get down on yourself if you're not living up to your own expectations. You know, we set goals and expectations for ourselves a lot. We do that a lot. We will look at what we think we should do. We will look at, you know, where we used to be. This is one thing that I deal with. I look at how and where I used to be. Then I have to look and deal with where I'm at now. Well, let's look at it from this aspect. Where am I now? Am I in a good place or am I in a bad place? Whose fault is that? And we suddenly feel like we have failed ourselves. Like me with weight gain. I feel like I failed myself. I was at a great weight. Back in 05. Well, actually, you can go back farther than that. Back in the early 2000s, me and Lori had a motorcycle wreck in 1998. And when we had that motorcycle wreck, I was kind of heavy. I probably weighed 240 or 250. And when we had that motorcycle wreck, I'm talking about I ballooned up. I got real heavy. And I'm talking about when I went back to work, I was heavy. I was big. I had gained a bunch of weight. Wasn't able to do anything for 6 weeks, so I wasn't able to do anything. And I ballooned up and then started losing weight. Well, I was still pretty big when we built the house in 01. We built it all there in 2001. Moved it in 2002, and I had started losing weight then. Then by 2004, I had lost a good bit of weight. I was down in like the 230s, 235, 240 range, and which isn't a real bad weight for me. It isn't real bad. Then one day I just decided, look, I am going to lose weight. And I don't remember exactly what I did on that diet. I'm sure I was taking some kind of supplement from the health food store, but I cut down. I was just eating like chicken and stuff like that. I wasn't eating hardly any sweets or anything like that. And I lost down to 188 pounds, like 188.9. I lost down to 188 pounds, which is a great weight for me. And then what did I do? What did I do? I blew it. I stayed thin for several years, actually. As a matter of fact, I never really got that heavy after that. I'd get up to about 230 pounds, and then I'd lose weight. If I got up much over 230, I'd definitely go on a diet and I'd lose weight. And when Gibbs came along in 2014, I was still a pretty good weight. You know, I was like 215, 220, somewhere in there. And I was fine. I was fine. When Gibbs came along and we weren't going out doing anything much, kind of just coming in, sitting in the house, hanging around in the house, I started gaining some weight. Well, I got up about 260 something. And that, whose fault's that? It's my fault. I let my guard down. And then in 2017, I was weighing like 260, in the 260s, and I got the HR job at Affordable Furniture. When I got that HR job, man, it was over. I was, you know, people bringing donuts and eating and just eating a breakfast, eating a lunch, and you know, you know, I'm telling you something. When you get older, you can't do that. You can't eat. If you've got metabolism like I've got, you can't eat 3 full meals a day. You just can't do it. You can't eat 2 sausage and biscuit for breakfast and then eat something at break and then have a full lunch and then, you know, have a snack that evening, snack around and then have supper. You can't do that. When you get my age, you'd about have to be a 10K runner to be able to eat that much. So I could, you know, and I gained up to, which recently I went to Dr. West's office, I weighed 316 pounds, which is a lot. I mean, I felt it too. I mean, 316 pounds. So I finally decided that I can't do this. I have got to lose weight. I can't stay this big. I want to look. If it's God's intention for me not to be around when Gibbs is growing up, if God's meant for me not to be around some period of time, then that's God's will. But it won't be because I didn't try what I could to hang around as long as I could. It won't be because I didn't try. It won't be because Daddy just didn't care, and because I am losing weight now. Well, this is strange. You got somebody stopped in the middle of the road. Anyway, so anyway, down to 276 the last time I weighed, and I'm gonna get back down to 200 pounds. Am I gonna get back down to 180 something? I hope so. Will I start eating a little more, a little different stuff? Yeah, I'll eat some. But I know now I cannot let it get out of control. Plus, I got the sugar issue. If you know, the age I am, and weight gain comes diabetes. Weight gain comes high blood pressure. Weight gain comes all these problems, especially somebody that's my age. Yes, I have a shoulder injury right now. My right shoulder is messed up. I can't do anything with it much. That's a problem that I need to get fixed. And I'm going to go to the doctor, try to get it fixed. I keep putting it off. I know there's not a good time, but I don't know. Anyway, I keep putting it off. But anyway, I'm on that road, and I'm going to plan on traveling that road. Planning on staying on the path, because I don't really have, the only other option I have is just to eat whatever I want, gain so much weight, and buy more clothes, and then die in a big fat casket. You know, it's sad if you die and they cremate you, they have to buy an extra large urn. You know, that's sad. You know? So I don't want them to have to buy what was the guy, the one man, they buried him supposedly in a casket as big as a piano case. It was like a supposedly made out of a grand piano box or something like that. I think it ended up being a bunch of baloney, but just to understand, I'm on the path. And that's all this morning for steering wheel commentary.